Timon, what's up, my brother? Happy Sunday. How you doing? David Edwards. Cheers, my friend. Just having coffee, though. Staying hydrated. Jay, yes, it did just turn noon. Britt, Foothills Firewood went live earlier, and I messaged him. I said, once you're done yours, I'm going to go in here and I'm going to go live myself. Dick, what's up, my brother? Jay, I think I said hi to you. Yeah, I'm finally stacking some wood over here on the boiler pad. Peter Taylor, what's up, my friend? Good morning. Well, afternoon now. But yeah, I loaded up 2 face cords. I already did 1 face cord. I've started doing 1 face cord at a time because more than 1 face cord, throwing it in here and then stacking it up sometimes gets overwhelming, at least for me. But I figured if I'm going to go live, I better put 2 face cord in here so I've got something to do. Carl, what's up, my friend? I put a little bit of salt in my coffee today, since I think they call coffee like a diuretic or something like that, where it will like mess you up from sweating. So I put some good Celtic salt in here. A little bit of heavy whipping cream. Good stuff. But I've got some oak, some maple, some ash. What else is in here? There's hickory. I'm going to start stacking. I guess I'll take my mic with me so I can talk to you. Nah, Dick, this is just one of those stupid sleeves, because when I grab an armful of wood, it will scratch my arm up. So I just, I put this on. Yeah, I know it's goofy. Heath likes to bust my chops about it all the time and make fun of me. Matt, what's up, my brother? Good morning, sir. Or afternoon. I keep saying good morning. Dick, I would like to get more tattoos, but the toys that I want are more important than tattoos. I got some dumb tattoos on my back that I wish I never got. Whatever. But I'm finally getting some wood over here on the boiler pad. And yes, it is small wood. A lot of people bust my chops saying I could split stuff bigger, which I know I probably could. But I keep everything the same size. That way, if I ever move, which could be on the table, I could still sell my firewood and then sell this boiler. Or I would just sell the firewood with the house and then start over somewhere. I kind of want to get, I'd like to get some property somewhere where I've got at least 5 or 6 acres. At least. I'd really like 15. Elena or Alina, hello. But normally I sit out here and I'll have my little JBL speaker pumping some podcasts or some music. I think next year I'm going to do this. As I burn a cord, I'm going to replace the cord, because this year I burned everything and then I had to, restock my whole boiler pad, which holds 6 cords. It just gets overwhelming. Yes, let me see. Mauricio? I'm probably pronouncing that really wrong, but yes, I split and cut all this myself. But yeah, I've got a outdoor wood boiler that's right here beside me, and that's how I heat my house. And this is the 2nd season that I've had this thing. Last year was the 1st season, and the stove that I had in my basement before this outdoor boiler, I was burning between 9 and 12 cords, like full cords of wood a year, depending on how cold it was and how often I was home if I got laid off in the winters. This year I burned exactly 6 cords, heating right about 3,400 square foot, and my domestic hot water, and keeping my garage, everything was thermostatically controlled. So it was really cool. Nicole Cameron, hello from Scotland. Yes, Maurice. Some of it, I do have barbecue wood. I do separate, you know, the nice hickory. Sometimes I separate white oak. There is a little bit of white oak in this stack that I should have separated, but I didn't. Yeah, I separate cherry, I separate hickory, and that's about it. Give you a business idea. Well, what are you into? I work for a railroad, so this is not my full-time gig. I play on YouTube and I sell bundle wood at my roadside stand, which you can kind of see at the end of my driveway out there. MAGA, how it feels to have voted in a pedo twice. I don't know anything about that. I don't care about politics. They all fucking suck. And I didn't mean to cuss, but they all suck. Both sides. Don't have time for politics. The only thing I'm worried about in my life is my castle. And that's all I have time to worry about. I'm too busy to worry about that crap. WD30, what's up? What? Do you know what kind of couch can't get pregnant? That's awesome. Yeah, everybody sucks, man. It is what it is. I try not to get worked up about it because both sides aren't fair to us. I know people take things very seriously, and I try not to because my blood pressure's already through the roof. They got me on medicine for blood pressure. I really don't want to think about stuff I can't control and raise my blood pressure more. And I wish more people in the world would take that approach, but then I guess if we didn't take that approach, it would just be even worse than it is. Like, there's got to be people that care. Maybe that's bad of me that I really don't care. Maybe I should care more, but whatever. Judge me if you want. Peter, hello. Barry, hello. Mr. Anon, hello. WD30, hello. And WD30, I really don't care if I see you're moderating. You don't have to take anything crazy out as long as people aren't cussing. We can play around. The world ain't what they say as kids. Business idea. Get 4 tires. Man, chat's going. I want to see what it's saying. That looked like a good one. Get 4 tires. Shop gives them away for free. Turn them into boxing bags. They sell for $300 online only. Expensive is fixing and delivery. That's pretty cool. So do you like shred the tires to make boxing bags with them? Is that what you're filling a boxing bag with, is the shredded tire? Yeah, WD, be careful out there and check your new pup for ticks. I've pulled like 3 ticks off of Ada every day we go hiking. Man, I wish I could spend more time in the woods, but my kids are here. It's really wide green areas we can explore. I live in a way too much urban area. So I live kind of in the country, but I'm about 30 minutes away from a couple different state parks. Try exploring some state parks. Even if you're in a city, I'm sure within an hour away, you've got a state park or somewhere where you could go hike and take the kids. Mr. Gilbert, what's up? Good morning, sir. Drill a hole through firewall and put threaded rods through them. Okay. I'll have to check that out. You said I could check out videos on YouTube. I'll check that out. I'm 10 minutes away from a state park and I could get legit lost there. Okay, so Licorice Dragon. You can download maps on your phone. You can take a screenshot. That way if you lose service while you're out there, and you can actually physically look at it. And most trails in state parks have a good downloadable PDF, or you can screenshot it, you know, if you just Google search it, or Safari, whatever, if you're Apple or Android. And then when you go out in the woods, you can know what trail you're on and what trails connect to each other. That's what we do when we go new places. Yeah, David, I think that's going to be good. Burning a cord and replacing the cord. Because I do stack all my wood. I split it, stack it, let it season, then I'm moving it over here. guess I can kind of show you what I'm stacking too. I was just trying to get me in here. But somebody was asking if I split all this myself. I split between 40 and 50 cord a year. I split at a neighbor's house and he lets me use all his equipment. So I make sure he's always warm. I've probably split 20-ish cord for him this year. And I just started splitting wood for myself again. I've got enough heat for 2025 and the beginning of 26 for myself. So when I start splitting over there again, for me, I'm really splitting for the end of 26 and starting of 27. Be willing. That's what I'm stacking right now. This is boiler wood. The boiler's right behind me, bro. I have stacked, I got you on the tripod and it's goofy. I've stacked 3 cord over here so far. That's 3 cord. And then this side over here will hold another 3 cord. This boiler pad's 24 feet long. So I could do, 3 cord here, 3 cord on each side. And then having it stacked up like this with the pallet separations, it helps me keep track. That way I can tell you guys in the wintertime when I start doing videos about this, what's going on. Eventually I do plan on putting like some type of roof over my pad here. But I got a bathroom that I'm doing here in the next month or 2. As soon as my dad gets his knee done. As soon as he can walk. He just got his knee done in May. And he sat around and the scar tissue, he didn't sit around. The scar tissue like overgrew in there and he had to have another surgery so he could even move his leg. Maurice, I turned this boiler on last year, the first week of October, and I believe I shut it down right before I went to Indiana, which was the beginning of April. I think it was like April, the first weekend of April is when I shut this down. Now I could have probably kept this going for another 2 or 3 weeks. Like once we start getting nights where it's 45 degrees Fahrenheit, I can turn this thing off. And if it gets a little chilly, I can, just turn the heat pump on in the house. This isn't my only source of heat. I do have electric heat in the house as well. Carl Lewis, thanks for stopping by. Have a great day, bro. Licorice, yeah, that would have been great to have a spot in your family's land. On your family's land. But I stacked up 2 face cords in the trailer. I didn't stack up, I threw it in here. Like I said in the beginning of the video, I don't really like putting more than a face cord in here because if I've got stuff to do or if somebody calls and wants me to go somewhere, a face cord's easier to manage than a full cord. This kind of gets overwhelming when you put 2 face cords in here. But there's a lot of ash, a little bit of hickory, oak. There, I did see like 1 round of locust in here, like swamp locust. And then I do cover this stuff. I don't have these covered on the boiler pad right now. I'll put a tarp over them here soon. But the mice like to get in here and chew holes in my tarps. So I don't really like all that. Cedar bark. I don't have much cedar around here. I did have a little bit. It's like Eastern red cedar or something like that. I've got over where I split wood. I started splitting some like conifer woods for campfire bundles. But I can't wait for next year because I have a bunch of birch that I'm going to be putting in this thing. And birch, when you burn it, it gives off a super sweet smell. So it'll smell good in the area. But yeah, in the wintertime, I'll start making more videos on this boiler. I do have a ton of videos on my channel, shorts and all that, of how this thing's hooked up, how it actually runs the water into my house and heats my house. I got some long form videos of me cleaning this, which I need to clean it now. I shut this thing down and I never cleaned it. My boiler guy called a couple weeks ago. He said, Jack, did you ever clean your boiler? I didn't see a video. I was like, well, I started to, and all the bits and pieces I pulled apart are still sitting on the inside. Do I have a perf boiler or an or a wood stove? I got this central boiler right here. Have you not seen this thing, Chris? I got the Classic Edge 760. Here in India, it's 9:46 p.m. It is it's noon right now in the United States. I'm on the East Coast of the United States. It's actually a little afternoon now. I can't look at my clock. Oh yeah, I got one on my wrist. Let's look. It's 12:17 right now, noon. Yeah, Licorice, these are pretty cool. If you go and watch some of my shorts from 6 months ago when I was using this thing, you could see exactly how it works. When I wake up in the morning before I go to work, I fill this thing up. When I get home in the evenings or before I go to bed, I fill it up again. So I fill it up twice a day, and that's it. It's pretty much set it and forget it. Maurice, keep saving, dude. My log splitter, this dump trailer, I saved my money by scrapping. I drive around my neighborhoods on Wednesday mornings and Thursday mornings, and I see what people are throwing away in their trash. If it's anything metal, or if I see a vacuum cleaner and use something that has an electric motor in it, call me what you will, but I'm scrapping it. I'm throwing it in a pile, and when I get a big enough pile, I take it and cash it in, and I just put that money in an envelope in the sock drawer, and that's how I pay for things. I don't like buying things with credit. I like to just cash everything. Now, I did put the boiler on some credit on the home equity loan, but this thing will pay for itself in roughly, I forget what I did the math. It was like a little over 5 years it'll pay for itself compared to me turning on my electric heat in the house. Are there better heating options out there than an outdoor wood boiler? Yes, probably. I think natural gas or propane might be cheaper in the long run and definitely a lot less labor intensive. But for me, having a little firewood hobby and a side hustle, I have an abundance of wood. It was kind of a no-brainer to invest in one of these. Ken, I hope they moved a bunch of wood around. I still need to call Craig. Take some video next time you're up there. Tom, what's up, son? Yeah, Ken, I need to call Craig to see if he wants me to come up one day and like plan a day, because I had it in my head that we needed to plan a cutting day and an organizing day up there as well. And people have been emailing me wanting to come up and run saws and participate. So we need to talk about that. Communicate with me, brother. I'm trying to help you. Help me. Licorice, yes, start scrapping. Everybody should scrap. One, it's less crap in the landfills. It's just going to sit there and rot for centuries. And two, you could put a little bit of money in your pocket, and it's a fun hobby. And there's tons of stuff you can go on YouTube and you can see how people are tearing apart electric motors to maximize your money. But if you're going to spend all day at it, you're kind of wasting time. So sometimes it's just as easy to scrap the whole electric motor by itself instead of tearing it apart to get the copper out of, and then separating your steel from your copper. Vegan penguin. I wish I had a wood chipper, dude. No wood chipper. All my scraps I take to some place that turns it into mulch. There is when you split wood with multiple way wedges on my splitters, it does make a mess. Just adopt a beaver. I got one of them. It's inside. what is it, Marco? What's up, Marco? Where are you guys from? I feel like a lot of the viewers are in Europe. Is that where a lot of you guys are? I'm on the east coast of the United States. Brazil, wow. Yeah, you're over there, man. Kansas, very cool. WD, that was pretty good. I was pretty quick on that one. I was chuckling away from the camera. Southeast Georgia, right on. Ultimate Fountain, what is up, my friend? Hey, if you guys double tap the screen, you'll give me some likes. Likes really do help this. You don't have to, though. Denmark, well, right on. I used to watch a guy that lived in Denmark. I forget. He's a photographer and a videographer, and he also does like a lot of Viking themed, like going out in the woods and doing his own stuff. I used to love watching him. I forget his name. It's been a while. Like back in 2020 when the whole world was ending, we would watch him. Coffee is great. Mississippi. The firewood business. I mostly just sell out of my firewood stand at the end of my driveway up there. I don't really sell, like I'm trying to get out of delivering wood. I have, but it's mostly to like my friends. I don't advertise. I don't tell anybody I sell wood. It's all word of mouth. Bushcraft. I think that was the, I think his name was something Bushcraft. Can't think of the name. Really good channel, really good dude. And he always said, I think he always said Skull or something when he drank his whiskey and coffee. Aaron, double A Aaron. I hope that doesn't make you mad. I always say that when I see Aaron with 2 A's. Logger Jason, what's up, my brother? And Aaron, you're from Virginia Beach. Okay, awesome. Why American people working so hard, really hard on wood cutting and store it instead of America have facilities? Would you please tell me about it? Well, I heat my house with wood. This helps me save money. And with the rising electric and energy costs around the country, this is a way to kind of offset your heating costs in the winter. When you can buy a load of wood and, you know, even supplement your electric heating bill or your oil heating bill. Oil and diesel is going through the roof. It's not coming down. Gasoline prices or petrol have went down a little bit, but not very much. I don't think it's him. I don't think you could just blame him. You got to remember, he's just one person. He is just somebody for you to point your finger at. There's a whole cabinet around him that really makes the decisions. So yes, some of it's his problem. A lot of it's everyone's problem. I appreciate you, Ken and Danny. I hope you guys are having a great day. If I keep sitting here talking to you guys, I'm not going to get anything done today. But I like the conversation. So throw your questions in the chat. Let me know what you guys are getting into. What's everybody doing on this fine Sunday? I guess somebody said they were in India and it was like 9 o'clock. Well, I guess it is still Sunday. I don't think you guys are more than 12 hours ahead of me. Bought an electric converter battery for when my town loses power next time, saving it for some solar panels. Yeah, I've got a couple people that have got into solar and they like it. This is my firewood, Aaron. This is I'm stacking it up on my boiler pad. This is my house. His wood is in that big bin that I have been stacking, or I've been splitting into with the conveyor. I split wood for him in exchange for me letting me keep the mess over there where he cleared that lot out, and for me using his excavators and his tractors and all that stuff. Yeah, WD-30. There's a lot of good information for your walk around on the CDL test. There's a lot of good information here on YouTube. Like, you can actually go to the places, you can go to different channels and people will give you exactly what you need to do for the state of Maryland. Jason, CDL is a lot of fun, but it's also a huge responsibility. I mean, you're running down the road 80,000 pounds. It's not about what your truck can pull. It's about how you can stop that truck. And I hope they're sending you to school for it, WD, because they'll teach you a lot of useful knowledge on how to safely prevent yourself from killing people. Those trucks are no joke. Like, I have a ton of respect for drivers. And, you know, people always like to cut them off coming up to a red light because they're slowing down, giving space in front of themselves so that they can stop. And then people hurry up and jump in front of them. You got to think that that's 80,000 pounds. It's hard for them to stop. Aaron, I'm in Maryland. So you're about, if you're in Virginia Beach, you're probably 3.5 hours south from me, 4 hours. Did I see that you said you were interested in coming to Hope, Aaron? I think I've read that on one of the things. I see a lot of comments though, so I might be confused. Some of this wood got wet because of the mice. So you cut down your own trees. Vegan Penguin, no. The tree services bring me this wood. Overloo, you're barbecuing, or am I barbecuing? I'm not barbecuing. I did all my barbecuing yesterday. I did my meal prep for the next 5 days. I did some chicken and some steak with mashed potatoes and some mixed vegetables. But yeah, back to vegan. I do not cut my own trees down. I'm not a tree service. I actually am a tree hugger. I don't like killing things that are alive. I even save the spiders and the bees and all the insects in my house and place them back outside. But when tree services take the trees down, I give them a place to dump for free. Sometimes I give them a couple bucks. I might have to give them 50 or 60 bucks American dollars to, you know, help them out for some diesel fuel because it's not cheap. But that's how I get all my wood. Yeah, Licorice Dragon. I mean, even my truck, I got a 2500 diesel here. And if I'm loaded going down the road, I have to pay attention and increase my braking distance. That's really cool, Maurice. I've never seen truckers do that. I've seen some like shorts, like reels on Facebook and stuff. Brian, this is not easy work. There's nothing easy about firewood. You could spend $200,000 in equipment and you're still going to bust your tail producing this stuff and making this stuff. It's not easy. That's good, Will. I'm glad you've got an instructor you're dealing with, somebody that can teach you stuff that's going to drill in your head that, you know, you can figure stuff out. That'll be cool, Aaron. Since when YouTube started having lives? YouTube's been doing lives for about 10 years now. Aaron, Matt is almost 3 hours away from me. It's hard for me to plan things to get up there and see him. But yes, I love seeing Matt. And every time I get up there, because I'm a drunk, we drink too much and we never get anything done. So we can't even do a video. AJ, it is, let's see, right now it is 80 degrees Fahrenheit and it's going to rain later on this evening. There's like a 30% chance of a passing shower coming through later on before I go to bed. Jay, there's a ton of Blue Jays around here. I got Blue Jays, Cardinals, everything. There's a ton of tons and tons of what do you call it? Birds. I had a brain fart. I saw somebody drive by in the background with a load of wood on there. John, what's up, my brother? I watched your video last night when you were spraying that the side of your barn. You're gonna need a Tyvek suit, my dude, or you're gonna be covered in oil. Aaron, Matt does a ton of wood. He's a lot harder worker than me. I work for a railroad, and I spend a lot of my time there, and then I kind of just play with firewood. This is a hobby for me. This isn't, well, this is my heat. This is how I stay warm, but everything else I do on YouTube is just a hobby. Brian Martin, dude, I've tried it several times. And when I did the carnivore diet last year, I think I went 6 months. But as soon as I went on vacation, I got off the carnivore diet and I had a drink. I probably should try to go sober forever, but I don't know. I was a big pothead years ago. And then when I hooked up with the railroad, I had to stop that. And drinking I got to find somehow to release myself, like to, I don't know, to unwind other than alcohol. But yeah, congrats to you, brother. I'm proud of you. Keep it up. Don't let my weakness stop you. But yeah, good job, Brian. I'd keep it up, bro. And yes, David, firewood is easy. When I sit here and just talk to you guys too, I've only stacked like half of a face cord now. Logger Jason, that's great, dude. I didn't know you were sober. Well, I guess I've never seen you have a drink, so maybe I did know that. Licorice, I am 2 years and March, April, May, June, July. I'm 2 years and 4 months nicotine free. I was smoking cigarettes and I was vaping. WD, thanks for stopping by, buddy. Brian, that's a good reason, man. That's a good reason. And Shibe, I think I saw Shibe in here. What's up, brother? I guess I need to move the camera so you guys can kind of see me grabbing from the trailer too. Slater, WD? Slater. Ken, are you guys getting into any firewood today? You and Danny? The world ain't what it is. Need to backfill a ditch in the garden. A landscape company give wood chips for free. There is a thing. If you're in the United States, I think you said you were in PA. I'm probably wrong. There is a online group you can go to. It's called Chip Drop. Like you can search that in Google and you can put your name in there, and other tree services that are looking to get rid of chips, yes, they will drop chips off. TGI, you heat on wood pills, but also have a wood burner. Right on. Drink some water. I'll drink some water. Yeah, Chip Drop works. See, there's other people in here saying they got it. So you can get firewood and you can get chips depending on what tree service you get hooked up with. A buddy of mine does it, but they sometimes bring him junk and he stopped doing it. It's easier for him to pay. It's easier for him to pay the 50 or 60 bucks. Come on. It's easier for him to pay the 50 or 60 bucks to get good clean wood in there rather than, you know, stuff that's just cut in oddball sizes. Because I don't know if you notice, everything I cut is 16 inches plus or minus an inch. So 16 is what I shoot for. 17's the max that I will put out when I sell. Wow, there's 98 people in here. Thank you guys. I hope everybody's doing great. Happy Sunday. You're just watching a goofball hillbilly stack some wood, getting ready for winter. You know, it's July now, and this wood here is almost 2 years old. The wood that I'm stacking, and I try to stay ahead on firewood, you know, at least by a year, just in case, you know, life happens, something happens, and I can't split wood one year. I try to always stay ahead, and I never sell more than, I don't sell from my own stash. Mr. Scuba, what's up, my friend? John, yes, I'm a pilot. Diesel and petrol price is $1.17 and $1.24. So is that's got to be like per liter. That's not per gallon, right? Sound wisdom. I'm not very wise. I'm just a dum-dum. I just try to always think ahead. You never know what's going to happen today or tomorrow. Tomorrow's not even promised, you know? It sucks. So be thankful that you're here. Be thankful that you can play on YouTube. I'm thankful. I give thanks every day. Per liter. So yeah, diesel right now is $3.94 American dollars per gallon. So that's probably close, because isn't it what, 3 liters is a gallon, or is it 4 liters? I don't know. I don't know the whole metric conversion. I'm not very good at that, sorry. You know the BTUs. An ounce is 31 grams. Are you talking precious metals, or are you talking actual weight? Because an ounce in pounds, I guess, isn't it 28 grams? But an actual, whatever. Can't think of the name now. I'm having a brain fart. You saw diesel at a gas station for $2.99 last week. Was it dyed? Was it red? Mr. Scuba, that'll be awesome, man. So you're going to have a dump trailer then also. Firewood fellow. Tyler, yes, I have, I am good for my own heat until 2026. I have a ton of wood on the side of the house. I stay 2 years ahead for myself. Awesome, Jeff. That'll be great that you have your dump trailer there. I'm going to put you on the list as having a dump trailer, if that's okay. What's up, Mike? Welcome. Alessandro. Hello. What's up, Jason? Very cool. I'll put you on the list, Jeffrey. I appreciate that, man. Ken Anderson said he was up there in the past few days, and they started sorting through the mess that was up there. I don't know if you guys have watched my video about the upcoming volunteer event we're doing at the Hope House, which is help with oncology problems and emotional support. They had a ton of logs delivered, and they were like in the way of our firewood rounds that we're going to split for them. And I was trying to get something organized where we went up there and got it moved around, but it sounds like the organizers up there that do the firewood on a daily basis are already taking care of it for us. So that's great. That takes a lot of weight off my shoulders. Bert, what's up, my brother? Brian, British Thermal Units, that's BTUs, brother. Yep. Aaron was bringing that up because he watched one of my shorts that I put out a couple months ago, and we have what's called here, we got sweet gum, and then we got cherry. And sweet gum, nobody likes it because it splits like crap. It's super stringy. It's hard to split unless you've got a commercial splitter. And it actually has more BTUs per million by cord than sweet gum, and that's why he was bringing that up. Well, I think it was just like yesterday or something like that, Aaron. Aaron's been blowing up my comment section. He's been going through and rewatching stuff and checking things out. I really appreciate that, dude. I know there's been some haters on my comment section here lately too, and I'm not gonna take it. If you want to hate, go somewhere else. I don't got time for hate. All I do is love. If you want to hate, I'm sorry you're miserable. Sorry you're miserable with your own life. I'm not. I'm happy, I'm thankful, I'm blessed. I get up every day, just like the rest of you, and I work hard, play hard, and every night I go to sleep, I go to sleep knowing that I tried to do something good for this world, and that's all I can try to do. That's it. You would take the hater comments? Cool, Danny, or Danny, Ken. Jason, that'd be awesome if you bring the 1165. I actually mentioned you in yesterday's video. And hate is very easy, TGI. I have an option here. I could block you right now if I really wanted to, and just say you could still act like you're commenting, but nobody would see it. YouTube has given creators a lot of cool tools. But I don't like doing that. I'd rather keep you around so you can be part of the community. Just everybody needs to just be respectful to each other. $50. You need 300 to 400 liters of wood chips. What you got there? Right on. Peace out. Yadkin, you got to just start posting more videos. And the first 3 minutes is the most important part. But it's kind of hard to work and document what you're doing. I get it. It adds, when you put a camera into the mix, it adds so much more time to the mix. Like I go out and work sometimes for an hour, and I might get, half a face cord done. Not half of a face cord, half of a cord done. But if I didn't have the camera set up, I'd blast through a full cord in an hour. So, and then you got to go home and edit. Some people don't edit and they get away with it though. So I don't know. I mean, John's been doing this a long time. He posts videos every day and he does like no edits. And he gets thousands of views every day. And it's good. It's nice and warm out here. Scuba, I think I'm going to have a little bit of diesel there as well. I think I'll have my 2 cans. So that's awesome. Thank you, sir. We appreciate you volunteering and being a part of this. And it sounds like so far, if Yadkin Valley is going to bring that 1165 if he gets it in time, it's going to be, I think we got 17 splitters lined up. Jesse, I'm in Maryland, East Coast USA. Where are you located? Barn construction, Tyler, Texas, right on. Welcome. Happy Sunday, my friend. I actually have to go to Texas next year and I believe the beginning of March, they want us to do an OSHA training class out there, and I think it's right outside of Austin, I think. The union pays for it, so I'll go hang out, learn some stuff, get certified on all that good confined space and hazardous material stuff. Even though I did that years ago, but my company doesn't recognize anything I did years ago. Ken, yeah, I was trying to do 3 videos a week, and it's impossible. I mean, I sometimes work 80-hour weeks, like in 6 days, like 80 hours at my real job, and then still try to pump out 3 videos. It's super hard. Logger Jason, no, I have not, and I actually need to reach out to Austin this week because he had mentioned maybe coming to Hope and bringing that splitter. It looks pretty cool. I had reached out to him to help us with some donation items because I'm doing a raffle. Ken asked me to organize a raffle similar to how Mike from K&L does out there at Hoosier. And I reached out to Austin to see if he would be interested in donating some stuff, and he wanted to do a Zoom call. I've never done a Zoom call. That was pretty wild. Pretty cool stuff though. Should you call me the hard-working man? No, I'm just rocking this shirt because it has my brand on the back. And it's a really nice shirt. These shirts that Heath and Rachel, whatever brand they are, they're super, super comfortable and they breathe really well. When I get shirts made, I'm gonna go, whatever brand this is, I'm gonna use that too. Jay, have a great day, my friend. Chris Nips, West Virginia, hello. My better half was actually in West Virginia this weekend. She did some tubing and hiking and all that good stuff. And I think they were in like, is it Berkeley Springs, I think? It's either Berkeley Springs or Beckley. And I think both of those places are West Virginia, so I'd have to go back and look at my chat when she sent me the place they were staying. My memory's shot. Brian, the saws that I prefer are Stihl. I primarily run a 500i, but I just recently got a 661. I got videos of me modding it. I didn't do any like port work or anything, but I put a bunch of like bolt-on modifications and changed the air filter. There's a video on my channel, you can check it out. But I bought the 661 for running a 36-inch bar. Like that's my 36-inch bar or better dedicated saw. So when I get big wood, I don't have to sit there and noodle it and, you know, fight it. But the 500i for firewood is perfect. I do have an older 044. That was my go-to for the longest time, but then I guess I got my 500i in 2021, I believe. And I've ran the crap out of that thing. I've probably cut close to 80, probably 80 or 100 cords with that thing. It's just power to weight is what I'm after. I'm sure there's some Husqvarnas like the 572. Great saw. I'm not a real big fan of Husqvarna. I don't like the way the chain tensioner's in the clutch, and that's just my personal preference. Jesse, yes, this is my wood. This is my heat for this winter with my outdoor wood boiler. This is a central boiler Classic Edge 760, and it heats my log cabin. And this pad, my concrete pad that I'm sitting on, is 24 feet, and I have 2 rows here. I got 3 cord over here, which is I'll show you. There's 3 cord already stacked up over here, and then there will be 3 cords stacked up on this side, and then that's what I burned last year. That's what I'm anticipating burning this year. The wood stove I had in my basement before, I've heated my house with wood primarily for the past 13 years. I was burning between 9 and 12 cords depending on if I was laid off in the winter. And this thing here, the boiler, you know, a lot of people think these things eat wood. This is a gasification boiler. Most boilers will eat wood, but this one doesn't. I burned 6 cord last year, and I heated my garage and the house all thermostatically. So everything was comfortable. This was the first winter where the house wasn't 900 degrees, because that stove in the basement, I'd fire that thing up and it would be, you know, 95 in the basement, 80 on the first floor, and then 70 upstairs. Now I set the thermostat to 73 and the heat rises because I've only got the water ran to my downstairs HVAC, and the heat will rise upstairs to where it's still comfortable upstairs. And the garage is awesome because I do a lot of work in the wintertime, you know, just cleaning my saws, prepping, playing around, and having a thermostatically heated garage. It's banging. TGI, there's a lot of good information on YouTube on how to run your boilers. Is it like a traditional boiler or is it a gasification one? You got a Husky 72, but only because you bought it from Jack Small Engine in Jarrettsville. Right on. Yeah, Ken. I mean, I don't discriminate. If you want to run Huskies or you want to run Echoes, by all means, run what makes you happy. Buy what makes you happy. Yeah, Jason says he's running his 620 Echo and he loves it. So, I mean, it's all in what, it's just like I drive a Chevy. You might drive a Ford or a Dodge or a whatever. Who cares? Brian, Echo weed eater and a pole saw and blower. I have the Echo PB9010T. That blower, I put it on my wife, and she pulled the trigger. It dang near blew her over. It was hilarious. Can you tell me why most people in the firewood community are the best people I know? I think because we're all like-minded, hard-working people. Like, we're not afraid to get our hands dirty. We're not afraid to sit out here on a Sunday morning and stack our own heat, and we work hard for what we want. I think that's about it. Richard, I'm in Maryland. It's not really cold here. I mean, I use my boiler from October to April. So October, November, December, January, February, April, 5-6 months at most. But my house, it's a log cabin. It's not insulated very well. It's literal trees, and I've always heated with wood to just, you know, help offset my costs. And then I bought an Eastonmade splitter, you know, commercial splitter made in Canada. And then I got hooked up with tree service, and they started bringing me more and more and more wood. And then I started selling a little bit at the end of the driveway, which my stand is out there, the red thing in the distance, right there. And I started, yeah, selling a little bit of wood and then watching YouTube. I've always wanted a boiler, and I finally got one this past year. This will be my 2nd year running it. Richard, get out of Cali. Cali's not that bad. It's a very government strong state where they try to like tell you everything you can and can't do. I don't like that about it, but I've been to a few places in Cali and it's a beautiful state. Like the hiking and all that, it's amazing. I flew into Portland. I did not like that. I don't like the cities. I'm not a very big city person. I work for a railroad and we move people, and being in some of the cities that my railroad services, it's ruined me for where I want to be. George, hello. All right, well, this stack is full. I'm going to pull the truck up and hope that my Bluetooth doesn't hook up and take my mic away from you. Richard, you know, I'm in Maryland, and Maryland's a very, very big government overreached state where they tell me what we can and can't do. you make the best out of where you are. That's all you got to do. You know, love your neighbor, love yourself, love your family and your friends, and make the best of what it is. Guys, I got to pull the truck ahead about 4 feet, so stand by. Don't leave. And like I said, I hope the Bluetooth doesn't hook up on here. And I just want to go up about 4 or 5 feet. Almost got you, Veda. All right, I think I was quick enough. Sometimes the Bluetooth will kick on and steal you. Let's see if it did. Can you guys still hear me? Can somebody let me know that in the chat? Richard, you're in Riverside, California. I'm assuming that's where you're at. Waiting for these storms to pass through so I can split. Logger Jason, I'm going back. Yes, so every year annually, I have to send a water sample from my boiler to Central Boiler. And that's what gives me my warranty on the firebox itself. And the water jacket, that's the only thing that has I believe it's a 20-year warranty on this thing. But yes, it's called Molly Armor, and it is a brand specific, you know, Central Boiler additive. But yeah, I had to put I think it was 3 gallons or something like that in this thing, and this holds 330 gallons. I'm going to test it. I'm going to turn it on. I think it says November 12th I have to send my sample in by. Yeah. So my water sample's due to Central Boiler on 11/12. So I'll turn this thing on for about a week and get the water circulating again, and then I will test it myself to make sure it's good, and then I'll send my sample to Central Boiler. There you go. David's letting us know. That's literally what I just said, David. That's funny. How come my video is backwards? Probably because I don't have the thing, whatever, set up on YouTube. I don't know if I can change it. Oh no. Yeah, I don't change it on here. It's because I'm looking at the selfie version. November 12th, Exploding Whale Day. September 12th, we're doing a benefit. You guys should come split some wood with us. It's in Stewartstown, Pennsylvania. Let's see if I can get a little bit of everything in here. Still looking into the 324 for your excavator. Yeah, Jeff, I love that thing. My next video that I'll have out on Thursday, I split everything up over there that was the white oak that it was all, you know, the massive stuff. So I spent 45 minutes in that thing last week on Sunday and busted everything up. So now I can just go over there and start splitting. Ken, I don't know why I don't talk backwards, brother. I wish I had like Google glasses so I could put you on here and I could actually read what you guys are saying in my glasses. Maybe that's what I'll do. I got a bunch of junk sitting here. Throw this up on top. I got to get some tarps on this stuff here soon. I try to keep just let the sun and the air and the wind hit it as much as possible, and then before the leaves start dropping, I tarp it off. That way it doesn't get covered in leaves, and leaves will attract wood and keep wood in there. You got 4 new saws to do videos on? Well, when you're working, set up a camera, man. Throw that tripod up and just record everything. And then when you're running your bucket truck and all that stuff, you can get a magnet mount like I told Logger Jason to do when he was running his skidder or whatever that big machine was, and he sets the thing up and he can watch what he's doing. It says there's over 100 people in here. Wow, thank you. I'm not doing anything crazy. I'm just sitting here stacking some wood, talking to you guys, answering your questions. If you guys have any questions, throw them in the chat. You can double tap your screen and give me some likes. Brian, so I try to, I've got some totes where I split wood with all the junk, all the cookies we call it. This thing doesn't like cookies. This is a gasification boiler, and if I throw cookies in here, like solely cookies, it will bridge on me and put itself out. This year, I'm going to try to add some cookies on top of it when I stack my wood in there. Like, you literally have to stack wood in this stove just like that. Like, I have to stack it up. That way it falls on top of itself because the fire is actually down below the firebox. It's wild. 120 good people. That's right, Brian. What are the Google Glasses? Google Glasses are just that. They are a computer. It's like a cell phone that you wear. It's sunglasses. It's wild. Like at work when we have tests, we're not allowed to wear glasses. And if you do wear prescription glasses, the instructors are going through and making sure they're not Google Glasses so people aren't cheating on tests. It's goofy. I'm glad that it's kind of overcasty right now. I woke up this morning, had some coffee. My dog and I did a 2.5 mile walk first thing. Yes, Brian, that's what I'm going to try to do this year is blend it in. I'm going to try to, you know, throw some cookies on top. But primarily, since I have all this wood, I mentioned earlier, if I ever sold this boiler or sold my home, this is still firewood that I could sell and market as firewood. I wouldn't have to resplit it. It's still perfect size for anybody, but this stove burns really good with this stuff. Jason, that's why I went live. I was talking to Britt after his live. I said, okay, it's my turn. Totally off subject. Where I grew up, there was a 10-year-old son of a logger who sold firewood to campers roadside. On top of that, side Morning Wood Company. That's funny. There was a, I forget, there was a guy in my area that had some type of like innuendo with his firewood company too. He doesn't do it anymore, but I saw a sticker one time at the gas station and, you know, it said, you know, call this guy for the best hardwood or something silly like that. It was funny. But yeah, Chip, I sell firewood at the end of my driveway. I gotta quit talking or I'll never get this done. I did get one face cord done in, you know, 50 minutes. Normally I can stack one in about 15 if I just go and shut up, but I like talking. And I've been procrastinating filling this up because it's been so ungodly hot here. I mean, 2 weeks ago we had heat indexes of 115 degrees Fahrenheit. It's I'd get home from work with all the intentions in the world to go split some wood, because I try to split wood every chance I can just to stay ahead. But I came home the past 2 weeks, like I come home and I just chill. I haven't done anything. No, I'm not doing 6 hours today. Jason, if you're leaving, see you, bud. I see people saying bye to you. A little bit of hickory in here. It's gonna smell good. No, I'm not doing 7 hours today. I got a 22-ton Brave from 2003. It was the top of the line now. It's old school, probably 3,000 bricks. Probably three 3,000 bricks. You put 3,000 bricks through your splitter. Is that what that is? That's pretty wild. I had an old 27-ton Troy built with I think it was a Briggs and Stratton motor on it. That thing was amazing. Yeah, Ken, talk to Jeffrey. He's got some plans lined up for Hope. You guys need to square up and figure out. And now the sun's coming out on me over here. It's gonna start getting hot here in a second. I'm glad there's only this much left. I had originally not stacked these two up because I was gonna get some slab wood from the sawmill and stack this stuff up. I was gonna try slab wood this year, but I guess I'm gonna try that next year because this is, I'm literally burning my profits in the firewood business. So if I got slab wood, I can get basically, a cord bundle for 25 bucks versus the 2,300 bucks this is all worth, once it's full at 6 cord. And I guess what I'm getting at is 200 bucks of slab wood is cheaper than burning up my profits here. I just got to figure out how to get it and cut it and process it if I need to split it or whatever. $27 4x8 stacks per week over 16 years. Wow. And somebody had mentioned that their buddy leaves their boiler on year round for the hot water. I could do that, but these gassers don't really like to run in the summertime. They like to have a good hot fire burning in them, or they produce a lot of creosote and they just start stinking. I didn't want this thing to stink up the neighborhood all summer long, because I do have a neighbor less than 100 feet away from me. And that's why I chose a gasification boiler as well, because if you know how to run these things and you run them right with nice dry wood, they won't smoke. But that's even the old traditional boilers. If you run good dry wood in them, they won't chooch like freight trains. You can get them to run efficiently. Dan from Back 40 Firewood, he burns good seasoned wood in his. And if you burn seasoned wood in anything, you're going to get better results. I'm probably going to have to get 2 more face cords from my stash, and then I'll have this year's heat complete. But I do have, I think, 9 IBC totes where I split that are full of nothing but cookies right now. So we're going to try to burn some of them this year too, along with this stuff. So we'll see. See what happens. Oh man, my mic's probably gonna die. I might have to go get my other one. Britt's here. What's up, Britt? I didn't even see you, buddy. Bert, dry wood in your real boiler. Is that what you said? And a conventional boiler is more efficient. Yeah, that's what I was trying to get at. Brian, you can burn anything in those old school boilers, those conventional ones, but they smoke like a freight train when you do. And everybody on TikTok tells me how Hardys are way better than these. They might be. I know that's what Ohio Woodburner has. Joe has a Hardy. It's an older one. But yeah, the drier wood you could throw in these things, they burn way more efficient. But they will burn anything, which is cool. Like you could literally split something right now, throw it in there. It's going to cook it down, which is a really cool aspect of those, but they smoke a lot more. Yeah, Britt, I was trying to hit on your wife in at the chat. You didn't even catch that. Jack, what's the problem with the freight train? What freight train? Oh, chooching like a freight train? Well, you don't have neighbors like I do. I mean, you could see my neighbor's house. That's his roof right there in the background over top of my shed. I try not to smoke out the neighborhood. I try to be respectful. That's the only reason I say the freight train is goofy. Guys, I'm gonna go grab my other mic real quick because this one's about to die. Stand by. Hopefully it will just connect. She's so camera shy. Can you guys still hear me? Let's see here. My wife is a beautiful petite Brazilian princess. Can you guys still hear me? I had to change mics. Roger, thank you, Britt. Yeah, Britt, I told Britt I was going live and I went and threw this stuff in the truck. And he was like, when you going live? I thought you said you were going. Well, I had to throw all this stuff in the trailer so I'd have something to do while I was talking to you guys. Oh man, I almost choked on the water. Oh man, sorry I'm coughing in your ear, guys. No, I got the mic here. I got two of these mics. These are my old mics when I used to record with the phone. Larry Terrell, what's up, my brother? I will be in Oak Island the 20th through the 20. Actually, no. It's not going to be then. I got to look at my calendar again. That's when I was going to go before. I got to look. I can't look at my calendar because it's on the phone. A couple weeks we'll be down there, though. We're taking my niece down for, she just graduated, so it's kind of her graduation present from Aunt T and Uncle Jack, too. Yeah, we were going to go down the last weekend in July, but she has to work, so we had to change it. It sucks. You're not on the way to Oak Island, Britt. I don't go through the mountains to get there. You are 7 hours from me, I think. What are you, 6.5 hours from me? And Oak Island is 7 hours from me. I completely bypass the mountains going out there. And if I was going by myself, yes, I would, but I can't convince the wife and my 18-year-old niece to go play with wood for a day. Sorry, it ain't happening. I can't even convince her to come play with my wood, let alone somebody else's. Giggity. It's almost done. There's probably half of a face cord left in here. Yes, Jason. Going out that, I forget how we go. I think I take 95 to like 17 to 40 or something like that. I want to say it's like 40 or 117. I know how to get there now. I've been there enough. I don't even have to turn the maps on. But I know it's, I think I'm on Route 40 for a little bit once I get down that way. Once I get past like Roanoke Rapids or something like that. Some of this ash was super punky stuff, and I knew this stack that I'm pulling from now was going to become boiler wood. So, perfect. When I get punky stuff, it either becomes my neighbor's or it becomes boiler wood. Missouri Accord is 4x8 with 16-inch stacks. Yeah, that's what it is here too. 3 4x8 by 16 inches. And I got, there's 3 cord here. There's 3 cord here behind me. And I've got it, you know, broken off. You can kind of see where I got the other pallet, wherever it is, I can't point. There's a pallet right there. So there's 3 8-foot sections here. My pad's 24 foot long, and yeah. So my pad holds 6 feet, or the heat's getting to me, guys. The pad holds 6 cord. And I could probably get a little bit more in here if I stacked higher, but the missus comes out here and loads this sometimes. I don't want her to have to reach up above her head to get wood. So I try to accommodate her as well in my stacking process. Like even when I would throw wood into my basement, I would always stack it up nice and neat so that she could get to it when I wasn't home, because she works from home some days, and if she's home, she would always keep the wood stove rolling. That thing sucked. We had to load it every 2 or 3 hours, depending on how cold it was and how wide open she would run it. She didn't like to damp the thing down. She liked to run it wide open. That way the house was like a sauna. So that is why we always burned a lot more wood than some. A lot of people always said, man, you burn 9 to 12 cords in there, your stove's inefficient. Well, it's because we ran the thing wide open. Hey Britt, you were telling me about chestnut oak. There's actually some chestnut oak in this load that I'm splitting right now. I'll see if I could find some. Well, I know this is just regular white oak here. But there was some stuff where you pointed out yesterday that it had the really long, deep, oh, here's some. I believe this is chestnut oak. And you said it's because it's got the long, deep bark. This is chestnut, right? But this was stuff that I split 2 summers ago. And it's cool, you know, Britt's the, he is the doctor of firewood. If you guys have any questions about species, check out Foothills Firewood. He does shorts pretty much every day and reels on Facebook and TikTok. He is an abundance of knowledge. He just knows a lot of stuff about trees. And he makes it fun. He does a, he's got a WolfeRidge splitter, and he does fun challenges, seeing if his log lift will pick up rounds that are like this big. And you know it's gonna pick it up. Those log lifts are rated for like 1,000 pounds. They say 800, but they're rated for more than that. They just say 800 for liability reasons. But it's pretty cool, and he always tries to do a guess the species. So he's interactive, keeps it fun. Show him some love. Who else is in here? There's Yadkin Valley Outdoors. Like, everybody in here is a YouTube channel. You could go through and subscribe to all of us. So you're saying chestnut oak is just another white oak? I've always thought it was red because it's a lot darker. It's the wood grain itself is a lot darker. Like, where did I just have that other piece of white oak? I don't know. The more I stop, the less we're gonna get done. Yeah, it's Britt, I have fun watching all your stuff. And I'll always comment and then I message you privately. Like you did that one the other day, it was ginkgo. And I thought it was the tree of heaven because John had just did something and freaking Jeep had just did it. And it looked very similar. Like the grain of the wood looked very similar. But I learned that the tree of heaven is like a, what is that poison? It's not poison, but it's like, it can be nasty when it's burned. Paul Janey, what's up, man? Hello. Welcome to Log Cabin Firewood. My name's Jack. Thanks for stopping by. Jack, I'll give you a call. I forget where I was going with this, guys. My ADHD gave me a good brain fart. There's even a piece of poplar in here. Some junk wood. Yanking. Sumac, there you go. That's where I was going. Tree of heaven is sumac. That's it. Thanks, Jason. That's what you guys are here for. Help me out. Yeah, that's what, when I went down to frickin' Jeeps and hung out with him, he had a bunch of the sumac milled up. Very, very beautiful grained wood. Like, I mean, just the way it was like super wavy. He said he didn't know what he was going to do with it, but a lot of people won't split it or touch it because it can be like a, I guess the sawdust can mess your lungs up and make you break out a little bit. Yadkin, they're not cheap. They're like $2,000. It's basically a cell phone on your face. I think Samsung makes them. I think Google makes them. There's a couple different companies that make them. It's kind of just like a smartwatch, except you wear it on your face, and you can get it with your prescription in there too, I think. There's a ton of different species of oak. There's a ton of different species of maple. We have a lot of different maple trees in Maryland. And it's always cool when I find a new one, or somebody on YouTube finds a new one and I get to see it. We're getting down to the end, guys. What I can normally do in about a half hour, it took us an hour and 20 minutes because I like talking and conversing with you. Dave, ask Britt, or ask Google it. You can Google what vine maple is. Like, I had to actually search for the sweet gum one, or liquid amber, because nobody likes to burn it for firewood because it's a pain to split if you don't know what you're doing, or you don't have a hydraulic splitter. Splitting it with a maul is dang near impossible. Doable, but you're gonna be there for a couple days. Maybe next Sunday I'll come back and finish this with you guys. Because it looks like I'm going to need exactly another 2 face cords over here. And I still want to go split some wood today. Like I said, the dog and I got up and did 2.5 miles walking. And I got all banged up Friday night, so yesterday was a complete wash for me. I just laid around feeling sorry for myself with a headache. So I'm making up for it today. I still took the dog for a walk last night. Last night we only did, we did 2 miles yesterday as well. Been trying to do at least 3 miles a day with the dog. The doctor says I need to walk more because my blood pressure and my cholesterol. and I'm trying to get off these meds that they put me on because statins suck, and so does the blood pressure medicine. It's makes me feel like crap. I did start taking it in the morning, which seems to do better than at night. I don't know. I'm just not very pharmaceutical. I don't really trust big pharma either. But I'm trying to stay alive for my family. I want to be around for the missus and my nieces and nephews and all that good stuff. So I'm just trying to do better. And yes, firewood can be very energy consuming, or I can get the heart rate up doing this, but the only time I'm doing this is when I'm stacking, and I'm trying to get away from stacking. But there we go. That is 2/3 of a cord. Man, now I'm itchy. I gotta get this stupid thing off my arm. We could take a walk around the other side of the house and show you what I've got for heat for myself if you guys want. $91 point here. Thank you for stopping by and hanging out with me, guys. Just a goofball playing with wood. But we got I got my fire pit over here. I need to light this thing up. There's my little firewood stand. I got a mess everywhere you go. And Jason, I don't know if I could get a week out of those glasses either. But this is the wood I've got for the upcoming years. Each one of these rows is 9 foot. Well, I mean, it's 18 foot long, so it's a little bit more than 2 cords here. So there's that one that's full. There's this one. This is later on today. This is some white oak here that my buddy cut up 2 foot for and throw it in the stove. This is where I got what just pulled, and then that one there's here. I got a mess over here. I never did clean the leaves up. But there's hickory in this one, and then cherry in that one. And I've got some bigger splits of cherry that got bark on them. That's what, there's probably 2 cord there, I think. And then all this is barkless cherry. Hello. But we got all kinds of wood over here still. This is some bundle wood. This is the white oak I've been splitting here lately. And more bundle wood. And then that's the wood we got there. Yadkin, I don't think that thing weighs more than like maybe 600 pounds. It's definitely under 1,000 pounds. A little more. I guess that was to David, your maple conversation, Brett. But I think that's going to be it, guys. I appreciate y'all hanging out. This was fun, answering questions. I hope everybody has a great rest of your day. And from the wonderful world of log cabin firewood, take care of each other, and I will see you next time. Make sure to smash the like button and all that good stuff, and go check out all these other channels in the chat too. They all have YouTube channels. Give us some love, because we love you. Take it easy.